Toastmasters and honorable guest. I'm at the gate of the Dolby Theatre waiting for my tour guide to arrive, and I suddenly see Michael Caine appear in front of me in a long coat and a tall hat, and he bows to me and says, "I am actually going to be your tour guide for this afternoon. Please don't ask any questions as we have lots to cover. This tour is going to be very fascinating." I walk through the gates of the theatre, and I find myself transformed into Count Vronsky of the times of the Russian Tsars. Around me, I'm surrounded by the nobility of Russia. In the distance, I see Anna Karenina waiting most affectionately for me. We are to board the train to go to Moscow. The moment I enter the train, I find myself alone in it, and my train turns into a roller coaster. So I'm going from left to right to left, through Jurassic Park and fumes and fire and flame and what have you, and it comes to a screeching halt, and I am right there, thrown in darkness, mind you, on a boat. And I'm trying to figure out where I am, and I find something extremely smooth, extremely velvety, extremely big, nice to lie upon, and I'm actually, without even realizing where I am, since I'm so exhausted, I am lying on a fully grown Bengal tiger! And I hear this huge roar right into my ears, and my heart is in my mouth, and I don't know what's happening. And in the distance, I see pirates. Pirates apparently had seen this ring. I was wearing a ring, and they thought that I am Sinbad. So, they captured me, and they sold me for 150 sacks of gold coins to these monster-like priests from the Temple of Doom. Oh. And these priests took me to Mount Kali, where I was to be sacrificed for pleasing the goddess. So there, as I enter the Temple of Doom, I see this huge structure of Goddess Kali with a tongue sticking out, and 150 skulls forming a garland around its neck. And as I am at the base of the statue, and the axe is about 2 inches away from my neck, there's this huge earthquake. And this whole earthquake shatters the entire temple, and the priests fly away, and God knows what happens. And the earth, actually, the floor cracks, and I'm sucked into the base of the earth. And I go right down, and the earth begins to rumble. And it rumbles, and it rumbles, and I become part of the lava, and I'm actually part of the soil and the lava. And there is this force which pulls me right out, and I become part of this volcanic activity, and I go right through the volcano into the air. And guess what happens? As I'm coming down, I'm regaining my human shape. And I'm regaining my human consciousness, and I'm coming back and back and back and back and back. And guess where I land? Right in front of my wife at the Kodak Theatre entrance. And she's flashing those 2 tickets at me, saying, "Honey, we're getting late, we gotta go in." And I said, "No, I don't, no." And she's not going. I said, "No." Madam Chair.